Infinite Creator, I don't mean to shock you, but there's only one thing deciding the kind of life and business you're going to have. Your identity. Your entire self-concept. One sweeping generalization of everything you think you know, merged with all of your early conclusions and imprints and impressions of what happened to you and what you decided was true about what happened, all rolled up in cultural, gender, political, religious, national beliefs, all converging to form a lens. And you can't see reality objectively outside of it. There is nothing outside of it. It is you. And there's no experience of life without you experiencing it, is there? Even your idea that life was happening before you and that life will go on after you is still just a belief, and one you can't prove beyond the shadow of a doubt. No one really can. Without you, there is no reality because there's no one to experience it. So as far as you're concerned, there is no experience of life without you experiencing it. You're starting to see the common denominator here. So who is that you? Within that scope of what or who you call you, you will experience only that which is congruent with and has agreement with, alignment with your self-concept, your identity. So in other words, from a metaphysical perspective, from a quantum view, everything exists all at once, all is now, and you are that. How could you not be? Because you are experience, and you are that. You are consciousness experiencing itself through whatever fractal you call yourself. And what you call yourself is that identity. Yet your identity, through agreement between the mind and the body, will filter everything that is available as potential reality, as infinite possibility, and condense it into a packaged, predetermined, predictive version of it, based solely on the premise of who you say and believe you are. And this identity will edit everything else out. Every single person on the planet is doing this every day, all the time. And that's why there are as many versions of reality as there are sentient beings on the planet. It's pretty cool, right? When you think about it this way, when we go really meta in this perspective, but hold on a second, because it gets even better. And if you like this content, before I go any further, please do me a favor and like this video. Leave a comment. Once you get the full scope of what I'm laying down here, I'd love to know what you think about it and how it resonates for you in your life as a spiritual entrepreneur, energy healer, soul-led mentor. And I'd love it if you'd share this video with someone you think would appreciate it. Maybe it's exactly what they need to hear. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, I'd really love it. It helps the algorithm know that you value this content, and it will push that out to other people who will also benefit from this content. So yeah, every single person on the planet is doing this every day, all the time, creating their own version of reality from the infinite pool of what's available. And that's why there are as many versions of reality as there are sentient beings on the planet. But it gets even better. Because that identity, that projection of that identity into what you think is outer reality, is not fixed. It's 100% malleable. It can be molded like clay. If you're willing to surrender most of what you think you know and essentially re-imprint yourself as the prime identity, the original you, your true essence, the you that existed before you learned to ask, am I enough? Do I deserve this? Is this safe to have this? Is it safe for me to express myself? And I know Everybody and their mother out there are talking about identity shifting and how to do it. And it's usually divided into two main camps. There's the neuroscientific, nervous system regulation rewiring approach that delves deeper into somatic resistance, mental resistance. And then there's the metaphysical, spiritual approach that emphasizes big picture self-awareness, self-realization, and the quantum view. Why divide them? What if it's both? So, could you accept the possibility that you are infinite awareness? You are consciousness, having an experience of itself through the identity you call you, insert your name there, while at the same time experiencing some level of resistance and avoidance to accessing that full power? Well, duh. Yes, of course, because isn't that exactly what you are experiencing right now? It's like you know that on some level you're aligned with infinite possibility and potential as an eternal, unlimited being who is birthless and deathless, even if you can't explain it. While simultaneously, there is some experience you'd prefer to be having that seems to be inaccessible to you at the moment. You're aware of this contrast, right? You recognize there's some resistance within you. Otherwise, you'd have what you want right now, yes? Well, hold on. Because what I want to share with you next is gold. And if you are really listening, if you're really paying attention, if you're still here with me, I really want you to breathe, bring yourself into your center, into your presence, and listen to what I have to say next, because this is gold. Resistance is good. It's good. Yes, all resistance is imbued with a deeper positive intent. Yep. All resistance, everything you call avoidance, is imbued with a deeper positive intent. Without resistance, a seed planted in the deep layers of earth can never struggle through layers of soil, reach the light, and then become the tendril before the full bloom. Everything struggles. Yes, it's true. But there's a difference between just struggling for survival and understanding from an emotionally, spiritually, mentally evolved standpoint that resistance or avoidance of what you truly want is actually the stepping stone to having it. Because resistance is the piece that allows you to know yourself better, so you can love yourself more. And isn't that what fullness is? Wouldn't you say the prime identity of who you are as your true essence is that? You knowing yourself completely, accepting yourself completely, loving yourself completely? Yes. Resistance is the pathway for finding your way back to that. So, you know, one of the things that I get very miffed about, because as a spiritual entrepreneur, a visionary creator, a master intuitive energy healer going on 25 years and counting now, I've seen this so many times in the spiritual marketplace, touted in the wellness industrial complex as the quantum leap, that inherent within that idea of collapsing and dissolving timelines and quantum leaping past their resistance, shortcutting their way to accessing unlimited growth, those who are teaching from the manifesting camp of just say I am and you'll just be that. Well, if that worked and if it were true, we'd all be walking around, living in the fullness of our potential right now. We wouldn't be seeing such an interesting show being played out on planet Earth right now of division and separation and violence, right? So while everybody else is trying to quantum leap past their resistance and shortcut their way to accessing unlimited growth, it's like spiritually bypassing their mortal coil, forgetting their humanness. But the clients that I work with, they know better. They know that the true satisfaction, the personal fulfillment, that doesn't come from the things they want. Fulfillment comes from the intimacy of looking at that resistance, plumbing the depths of themselves, realizing and respecting and honoring that the light and the dark within them holds great power equally to shape their world as they'd like it to be. That's the real gold. And there's no way to get at that, to take a pickaxe to those veins of gold that exist on the much deeper layers and levels of you without resistance. Because resistance shows you the way, it lights the path. And from a spiritually mature, emotionally mature standpoint, you start to see that, you start to honor it. And you realize that it's not something to fear, it's not something to bypass, it's not something to push away as being not important and being something that's just an obstacle that you push past. No, that's the gold. And when you understand this, and when you work with the light and the dark within you, when you work with resistance, when you work with that avoidance piece within you, there's one foundational, fundamental result that's true for everybody who works at this level. And you too. You will know yourself better, so you can love yourself more. That's really the goal of anything. What you say you want, whether it's the money, you want the new car, you want the perfect career, you want the aligned clients, what is that really? If you were to chunk that up to a higher value, what would that be? Freedom? Love? Peace? Those values, those higher aspirations, they're not found with the things, the stuff you get. They're found as part of the journey. It's part of walking the path of surrender. And that path of surrender, especially in the way that I teach and share it, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid of going big picture metaphysical, also while embracing the humanness of your journey of expansion. And it's simultaneous, science and spirituality, because they're kissing cousins. We just forgot. Like we've forgotten many things in the timeline of history that were beneficial to us. So if you're interested in this, if you want to know more, you can check out the links in the description of this video. But I really would like to know how this landed with you here today. And listen to this one a few times, because at first there's a part of us that might brace and resist some of what's being shared here. Be curious about why that might be, and listen again and notice where that shows up in your body. And when you notice resistance showing up in your body, if you listen to this, you can put a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. Breathe deeply, where you're taking a deep inhale through the nose, and when you breathe out, make the exhale a little bit longer through the mouth, and then keep listening. And there's something that's kind of remarkable that happens when you do that. You'll clue in, you'll kind of tune in past all the static of fear or anger and sadness, and you'll tune into a part of you that's like, hey, remember me? I'm still here. I'm the part that wants the freedom. I'm the part that wants peace. I'm the part that wants to be loved. And when you really listen to this, understand that it's more of an activation than just me talking. So if this resonates, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.